United States President Donald Trump says Iran's recent counter-proposal to the ongoing nuclear negotiations, that they just want their nuclear bomb. They just want to enrich the uranium. He says it's just not acceptable. Well worded. Their counter-proposal says they want U.S. to lift all the sanctions off them, make sure that all the future administrations of the United States would not withdraw from the agreement and just essentially let them do whatever they want. And Trump says, come on, this is unreasonable. It would compromise U.S. interests. It would compromise U.S. security. It would compromise Israel's security, is what I'm going to say. And really, any kind of deal, kind of like what Obama gave them, they want that back. They're not going to get it. They're not going to develop nuclear weapons. And Israel's not willing to concede to their demands. So we're at a place that is super intense right now, a time in history. General Kurilla of the CENTCOM, Central Command, he says that we have plans to attack Iran. That's right, the United States wants to do it. I know Israel has plans to attack Iran. We've said that, but it says they want to do it because if Israel did it on our own, it could endanger the lives of American soldiers in the area. And so Michael Kurilla, commander of the Central Command, he said, the general there, he says that they presented to the President and Secretary of Defense a variety of options in case they fail to stop this advance towards a nuclear weapon through democracy. If democracy fails, send in the troops. And the United States is prepared. And he says that an Israeli attack, I don't know if it would be a joint attack. I don't know. But there's still Revolutionary Guard personnel in Yemen who are helping the Houthis assemble weapons. Iran is still very, very actively doing their terror proxy, the head of the octopus, squeeze on the Western world, on freedom. And Israel Navy is saying no means no. Okay, and we have conducted more strikes on the Hodeidah port like we did last time, in 2,000 miles away, 2,000 kilometers away, down the Red Sea this morning, and definitely shot up this port. And they just don't seem to want to stop doing terror attacks on Western ships that are passing through there. And so there was a few missiles, long-range precision-guided missiles, SAR-6 corvettes, they're called. And it's really an unprecedented level of inter-service coordination to attack the Houthis, Ansar Allah, and to bring security to the free world and to our shipping. At the same time, Britain, instead of really supporting us, along with Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and other countries, said that they're going to put a sanction on Israeli ministers Ben-Gvir and Smotrich. So that means that they probably can't fly to those countries. I don't know if it means they're also going to put financial sanctions on Israel. I'm not sure. But I wanted to say, I've been in so many houses in Lebanon. I've been into so many in southern Lebanon, all over Gaza, right? I've been in tunnels, I've been in houses, and I see they often will have a picture of the Dome of the Rock there, Haram al-Sharif, where our temple used to stand. So I wanted to say just a few words about, Al-Aqsa flood. There's that one mosque up there, a black dome, and it's called Al-Aqsa Mosque. It's the holiest site to us Jewish people. We pray to that general direction every day, 3 times a day. If you're religious, you're praying 3 times a day. And so it's the holy site for the Jewish people up on top there. Not the Western Wall, the Kotel, the Wailing Wall. It's not that. That's just the closest you can get to the Temple Mount. The Temple Mount is the holiest site in the world. It's our sacred land. And so because that it's the closest you can get, the Wailing Wall is the place where we go and pray and people put notes in the wall. But it itself isn't actually a holy place. Now, the Temple Mount is holy according to the Bible, according to the Mishnah. It's like a Midrash Tanchuma. It's the center of creation. It's the Garden of Eden. It's the foundation stone of where the world was created, supposedly there on Mount Moriah, Mount Zion, the binding of Isaac. And, of course, they believe that the Ark of the Covenant was actually there. I mean, we know that it was in the temple. Was it on that exact spot? Where on that plateau was it? I don't know, but it was somewhere up there. And the Holy of Holies, God's presence, so holy. That's the very spot. Okay, and so calling it Wailing Wall or calling it the Kotel or calling it the Western Wall. Now, Wailing Wall is a little bit derogatory. Have you ever thought about that? It's a term that is used in some areas like, oh, they're crying there, they're wailing. Those Jews, they just cry all day. It's kind of like, it's not really the name. It's not, no one calls it Wailing Wall here. It's just called, the Western Wall. the closest wall you can get to that plateau where the temple stood on. But, not one stone stands on another from the actual temple. Just so you know, it's been completely removed. And it was prophesied that would happen. Now, Western Wall is actually a retaining wall of the plateau. Okay, and just so you know, there's another part of the plateau, a wall leading to that, where Solomon's Steps is a place where technically men and women can all go together and pray. You know how there's a religious separation on that one Western Wall? Well, there's another place where they can all go together, women and men, and it has shade, it's 24/7 access. You can go to this other area. Okay, and so there's tunnels also, tunnels that are even closer to where the temple stood from underground. Not the tunnels I usually visit in Gaza. These are the Kotel tunnels, the Western Wall tunnels. And you can walk under there, you can see the foundation stones, these giant stones, and that's a big mystery. Just like, like the pyramids. How did they move these massive tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of weight of stone? It's very important to mention, but I was talking about Gaza and I see this golden dome in a lot of houses. Well, there is actually, it's not mentioned at all. El-Aqsa, it's the black dome, not the golden dome. The black dome is called El-Aqsa. And that's a mosque that actually wasn't up there at all. It was in Saudi Arabia. It's near Jir'ana in Saudi Arabia, not in Jerusalem. Jerusalem's actually not mentioned at all. In the name of Al-Quds, it's called Al-Quds, the Holy. It's not mentioned at all. All that's talked about in the Quran is that place in Jir'ana in Saudi Arabia, which was the Edge Mosque. So it's funny why we've been so forthcoming, so kind to allow for the Waqf of Jordan to manage that whole top and actually be a little discriminatory in saying Jews can't pray there. A lot discriminatory. So the Muslims can pray on our holiest site, but we can't. That's just very interesting. It's all because we want to honor and respect all religions and give full freedom. But the fact that we're so forthcoming, it's a problem the West has. We're so accommodating is the word, that we end up getting restricted ourselves. You have that in the West where people say, hey, I want to just honor and bless all people and give freedom, and you expect you're going to get that too. But it's an unequal treatment. It's a form of apartheid on us, really. Two legal systems for the same place based on, you're praying to the God of Israel, so you can't pray. And you're praying to Allah, go for it, go pray. That's weird. It's weird and it's wrong. Today is day 613. And in the Bible, there's 613 commandments. And so I was thinking of looking at those a little bit, 613. And one of those is, that commandment, when you go to war against your enemies, in Deuteronomy 20, how are you supposed to wage a righteous war of self-defense? Well, good. What about this? Leviticus 19. Do not stand idly by the blood of your neighbor. If your brother, your sister is being dragged into a tunnel, do not stand idly by the blood of your neighbor. That is a commandment. It's not a suggestion. And also Ezekiel 33, to speak truth and to declare. If a watchman, Ezekiel 33 verse 6, if a watchman sees the sword coming and does not blow the trumpet, it will require his blood. I will require his blood at the watchman's hand. So you have a duty to speak truth and to share this video and to let the truth be shared about, and that's what I've been doing to sound an alarm, to blow the shofar, blow that trumpet, and speak truth, and also physically do the work to go rescue my brothers and sisters from those Hamas, Islamic Jihad, Jabhat al-Nusra, Al-Shabiba, all these terror groups. Rescue our people. So, friends, please, thank you for standing with me all this time, all these 613 days. Thank you for sharing these videos and helping this word. Share to 10 groups because it's the 613th day, 613th commandments. Come on. Do a great work and share this with 10 groups, each of you. Come on. And God bless you. We're going to win this one.